We're now turning to bowling, and I'm with Mike Jordan again, and Mike is going to demonstrate first of all the grip, the standard bowling grip, seam up, medium paces, and the first thing that we've got to remember is that the ball's held in his hand. In fact, you can get a finger through there. The ball's held in his fingers, not back in his hand. If he wants to bowl a slower ball, he'll pop it back in his hand. But we can see from that grip that even if he's bowling underarm, and some disabled cricketers have to bowl underarm, that seam is always going to be vertical because his thumb is on the seam. And then he can vary that and move it one way or the other if he wants the ball to swing in or out. Thanks very much, Mike. Now we'll... No. So your thumb pushing it. Yeah. So your thumb doesn't need to be... Yes. Now we're looking at the off-break grip, which Mike was a good exponent of. And you'll find that again the ball's in the fingers. He's got his fingers around the seam. His thumb is not supporting the ball, it's just lightly against the ball. And that's a grip for the off break. And now we go on to the leg break. Now with the leg break ball again, with the hand cocked, it's the back of the hand ball, this one, and this time it's the third finger that does the spinning. And Mike again is demonstrating. Unfortunately, a lot of the cricketers will not be able to get the fingers around the balls, and they will then adjust to their way of holding the ball and gripping it, because a lot of fingers are not as wide as Mike's. Good, thank you very much. Right, now Mike's going to do the first demonstration, bowling from the wheelchair. Underarm, well done. Have another one please in there. Well done, she's throwing the ball up in the air. The big rule is it must bounce, and as Mike was saying to me earlier, if we're going to bowl slow and we want to bowl off break, it's like opening a door. It's just a twist as you release the ball. That's lovely, Peter. Can we see Peter? That's a good delivery. Well done, Peter. Now Paul. Paul again is bowling underarm and is getting quite accurate. Now Richard.
No.
Well done, Richard. Richard gets his hand quite nice and high, doesn't he? Let's have another demonstration on that, Richard. Well, ball. Phil gets his hand nice and high as well. We were chatting about earlier, is the ball rebounding off an aid. We're saying that if it gives an unfair advantage to either the bowler or to the batter, then the umpire describes that as a dead ball.
What I was going to bring up, is, in fact I got in, was the disabled cricket, especially wheelchair batsmen, the wide ball. I think you've got to be pretty keen to on the wide ball, because they can't stretch across or move across to get it. I mean, we'll probably be more keen on a wheelchair batsman than one who can stand up but has other disabilities.
Yeah, that's right.
Do you agree with that?
Yes, yeah.
You come into almost Sunday league rules.
Yes.
The one down the lakeside in Boston prepared
That's
to
right.
make wheelchair technique.
And even not far outside the off stump, they have a job to get at because they just can't stretch across.
That's right.
I think in that, though, the general law covers that, because it says the batsman in his normal batting position should be able to reach the ball.
That's right.
Called to wide. So I think you use a lot of common sense, because you have a big lad in a wheelchair who's got long reach.
That's right.
And you can have a small young lad like Richard Berg or something like that who hasn't got a long reach and can't possibly reach the same ball. So
Don't you still consider the bowler, if they're badly disabled, then it's possible they could have difficulty, bowling string balls?
That's true.
I've been very hard on the wides when I've exactly criticised calling wide, but you must make the wide decision on the ball or bowled at the batsman.
I think
I don't
so.
care who bowls the ball.
I think you're right there, yeah.
And you've got to make, sometimes it means a long over, but it's again, it's like when you're coaching the children, the youngsters, wide to the batsman.
Yeah, and the other thing is that we're saying batsmen, but you'll find that throughout the rest of this film we'll be calling them batters because so many of the girls play cricket.
That's right.